Homelessness 2.0, day 27. I'm going to go to the grocery store once the sun goes down. Go grab a couple of things. That's some pretty smooth ice cream, by the way. Blue Bunny, double strawberry. Like, I've had one bite out of it, and super smooth. Yeah, I don't know what I want to talk about or anything. I mean, it's all pretty much the same shit. Same shit, different day, just like a job or anything else. It's nothing new. It's all the same, literally. Like, there's nothing new has occurred. There's no developments, good or bad. I mean, I guess just constantly not having developments is perhaps bad. So in this case, no news is bad news. I don't even know. I guess I could talk about the thing that I was thinking about earlier. How I'm an addict. I'm aware of it. I'm not an alcoholic. I thought I was. But that's just because, when your housing situation some years ago is dependent on whether or not you claim to be one. No, I'm not an alcoholic. Although I could see myself, I mean, I do abuse it every now and then, but not like nothing crazy. I don't drink it every single day to excess and blah, blah, blah. No, what I do every day for the most part to excess, play things like video games. Been getting more and more and more back into EverQuest, spending a lot more of the day playing EverQuest. It's one of the reasons why I quit playing WoW. One, also because, WoW's not free. Neither was EverQuest. This one is free. So it's like, there's no real negative to playing this version of EverQuest because it's free. At least in the sense that there's no upfront cost. But I'm aware of it, and I have been able to quit. But at the same time, I know that it's difficult because it's one of the few places that I can get human interaction as well. Like, it's gotten to the point where I've cared less about in-game progress to the point where I just kind of wander around listlessly doing nothing all day long in the game. I want to find groups for certain characters because, I want to get them up to a certain point and other BS, but most of the time it's the people. And from my understanding, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a social scientist, I'm not a neurologist, I'm not a PhD in addiction or anything like that. It's just from my understanding, based on not only just my own experiences, and I know anecdotal evidence is not evidence, but also information that I have learned over the years about the ideas of addiction, is that often addiction is... So there is one thing in the world of psychology, and when I first took psychology classes back in the early 2000s, the idea of nature versus nurture was a bigger deal in the sense of, like, the unknown. Like, it was still this conversation without really having a lot of answers. 20 years later, we know it's both. We all know it's both. At least those people who try to understand it. It is not nature versus nurture. It is nature and nurture. And to streamline that, nature is any kind of genetic predisposition for something. So you can have a genetic predisposition for being a psychopath. But you don't have some destiny of being a psychopath. Your environment, however, can help hinder or expedite, if you will, the process of being a psychopath. There are aspects of who I am as a person that I would exhibit some aspects of sociopathy, which is slightly different. Um, Psychopathy is, and this is just me trying to rattle off what I can remember, so don't take it as, 100% biblical, whatever. But my understanding of psychopathy is that there is a derangement of the mind where reality is not the same as what you think. There is a disassociation from reality in psychopathy. That's why, like, a psychopath isn't necessarily just someone who kills people. There is sociopathy that's involved in that. The most layman term you can use for sociopathy is being evil. We all have a little evil in us. Some of us have a little bit more than others. There's others out there who seem to have more of it than anything else. Looking back at who I am as a person, as a child, as a teenager, as an adult, there's aspects of me that I feel as if I'm not just a normal person in that regard. I think I'm a little bit more evil than I want to be. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back or somehow try to stand out from the rest or any of that bullshit. It's just me trying to assess things. And how does this have anything to do with addiction? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just another thing to talk about. Talking about me. Talking about my understanding of me and the world around me. And maybe I am a psychopath. Maybe the world is so different than what I think it is. And I know it's different than what I want it to be. That's for sure. I think the world can be a better place. And I think that, to kind of go back to the nature-nurture thing, if we could create a more nurturing environment, and nature, nurture, that's just the overall sort of generic. It's now kind of, you can kind of, rephrase it to genetic versus environment. So what I would like is a more nurturing environment for everyone. This whole, a hungry dog is an obedient dog metaphor used for everyday people is the kind of shit we don't need to have in a nurturing environment. I get it that that's true for dogs, and in a lot of ways it's true for humans, but we shouldn't use that. That's like saying, hey, guns are great for hunting, so let's go hunt anything. I don't know if that's not even the right, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. Thing is, he's like, just because something works well doesn't necessarily mean we even need to use it. We don't need all the things that we have. And I'm not talking about, advancements. We need the advancements. We need the stuff that makes our society more civilized, less barbaric, less dangerous. And although those things are happening, they're taking their sweet ass time. Right? It's ridiculous that, and this is harping back on something previous, the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing. I know, I get it. You're probably tired of it too. I'm tired. I'm tired of fucking thinking about it. You might be tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of thinking about it, but I still do. What was done that night should not be permitted by law. Because it is not a nurturing environment that allows that. People start protecting themselves and blah, blah, blah. Look, the event itself would not have occurred if we had a more nurturing environment, i.e. the police. Look, the only people, and I've looked this up, I've tried to find other sources. The only people who have claimed that Jacob Blake was reaching for a knife, he said he had one, but the only people who claimed he was reaching for one were the cops. The video footage doesn't show he's reaching for a knife. The video footage says he's going into his car. Philando Castile was reaching for his documentation. But because the cop knew he had a gun, hey, that's interesting, isn't it? Philando Castile was a CCW holder. He informed the police that he had one. Yet he still got shot anyway. Somehow guns don't seem to help, do they? And then you could put up that heritage.org website that shows you all the defensive stuff, but it doesn't talk about anything else with relation to guns and how deadly they are to everybody else. It's so incredibly skewed and biased towards one perspective. It's not trying to be non-biased. It's not trying to show you the numbers of all gun deaths all at once. Because if it did, it wouldn't be able to sell you on its idea that guns protect people. Because mostly they don't. So carrying them around them in public is not an act of protection. If the house is on fire, this is not my analogy, by the way. Somebody else, I think I was on Reddit. If the house is on fire and the firefighters have stopped fighting the fire, do you go inside the fire, put out a little trash can fire, and be like, hey, I'm here to help? No, you've become a liability. It's an analogy, of course, but it's pretty apt. And even if me and other people think that the firefighters are incompetent, maybe there's something else that's going on too. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But vigilantism, so-called protecting people in the public, it shouldn't, what Rittenhouse did should not be legal. Because it's not helping create a nurturing environment. The reason that I get onto video games and spend too much time on them because I'm an addict is because I don't live in a nurturing environment. I do what I can. I do what comes to me. I do what I know works. There may be other options out there, but often I am afraid or I don't have the money for it. I honestly think I'm worthless 99% of the time. There's little blips here and there, and then I come back to reality. So why would I have others suffer my experience? Even though I know, and I've said it before, that most of the time people like me. It doesn't fucking matter if my brain can't recognize that. It doesn't fucking matter that the evil that is inside of me is often trying to manipulate shit. I'm so torn up inside that I seek out stupid shit like ice cream and video games. Because I don't have other tools that are just as easily accessible. Because we don't have a nurturing environment for us to all live in. We are living in a world, at least in America at least, that says so many stupid fucking things. This is just, it would put me, I don't need to go on to another diatribe about other bullshits and politics and stuff. I just want this shit to fucking change or end. And if it's not gonna end, I'll end me. Have fun.